this week's episode, the crew discusses jobs and Jughead from Screeching Weasel calls in.
Welcome in once again to Punk Rock Foodies Radio, coming at you live from downtown Mattersville at the Vicious Pig Saloon. This is your one-stop shop for everything punk rock and food. And now, your hosts, Steve Guerrero, Skate Rat Betty, Brian Reinhardt, and the asshole in charge, Xander T.
And that was the Menzingers with I Don't Want to Be an Asshole Anymore. That's them. That's them. That's not me. I haven't matured to that level. I enjoy
You're comfortable with it.
That title.
You don't want to be an asshole any less.
Exactly.
The assholery is still fun.
So, yes, I am the asshole in charge of Punk Rock Foodies, Xander T. And with me today at the Vicious Pig Saloon is...
What's up? It's Skate Rat Betty.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Skate Rat.
Welcome back, Skate Rat. Yeah. Good to see you. Steve Guerrero here.
And Brian Reinhardt. Looks like the gang's all here for the first time in how long? It's been a while.
Like forever. How old's Penny?
Nice, though. No shit. Her 9-month checkup is tomorrow. I seriously feel like I lost like a year and a half of my life. I gained a kid, but like...
You kind of did.
You kind of did, yeah.
It's like just now that we're finally starting to get into a rhythm and, you know, get things moving and... to where I can do stuff and stuff, so I'm looking forward to more and more episodes for sure, and more cooking for sure.
Don't worry, just when you get comfortable, it's all going to change.
Oh no shit! She followed me out of the OK Kid Corral yesterday and tore down all the books.
Oh wow!
The OK Kid Corral, nice. All right, well, for those of you who don't know, Punk Rock Foodies Radio, the thing you're listening to, is based off the Facebook group Punk Rock Foodies. So you make food, take a picture of that food, and post said picture of food. It's that simple. If you've got multiple pictures, the entire routine on how you made it, use a collage app, please. And,
so simple yet so difficult.
I know. It's the weirdest thing. So
imagine if we had two rules.
Yeah. Well, it's one simple. Well, I guess post one pic. I guess kind of doesn't
and
really.
And don't be a dick.
Yeah. That should just be a society rule in general, you know.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think we need to say that. Nowadays.
That's true. Well, you know what it is? We get some fucking asshole chefs on the show or on the in the group that are just pretentious as hell and think that they're awesome and everybody else's shit looks like shit.
I'm gonna laugh here since I worked in so many restaurants and say, wait, are there chefs that aren't assholes? They haven't risen very far yet, then, right?
Sorry, Jeffrey Paul Eng. We're not talking about you, man. Sorry.
No, Jeff's good.
And I've loved working in restaurants, seriously, and there are some serious servers that I would kick to the curb. But yeah, it's a joke.
You can't be a very good professional chef if you go on a Facebook page to go troll amateur chefs. That's just,
Yeah.
You're probably a dick and you're probably not that good. Think you're better than you are.
And we welcome everybody from the peanut butter and honey sandwich or your ramen, which is like out of the bag, or your ramen, which is like, I don't know how you make that because it takes zen and I don't have that yet. But
you guys seen the fucking Gordon Ramsay tearing apart people's food on Twitter?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they ask for it. They say they tweet a picture and they say, Gordon Ramsay, what do you think of my beef stroganoff? And he responds because it looks like dog shit on a plate.
So they want to be roasted.
Yeah.
Either they want to or they think it really is good looking and they just get roasted. So I don't know. It's pretty funny shit.
No, that's great. If I have a fail, I'm gonna totally. Yeah, because I wouldn't want him to roast when I'm like, this is top notch, and then be like, what? So I'd let him roast one of my fails then.
Yeah. Well, so we are, like I said, punk rock foodies. We're into food and punk rock, and we're gonna listen to a little punk rock before we get into our show today. So, who'd like to lead us off with a song?
I got a great track to kick the party off here. Let's hear a little Transplants with Tall Cans on Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
Take a look around, baby. Yeah, my whole crew's ugly, but we still got the most game, the most money, the most shows, the most honeys. It's so funny how you hate my fucking guts, but at the same time love me. From the Lincoln to the gold to the lowrider bike, I always get you hated, but you know that you like. What you see is what you get, nothing more, nothing less. I'm killing, smoking chronic while you're choking on stress. Talk hands in the air, let me see it. Fuck you. Talk hands in the air, let me see it. Fuck you. Stay fat. Is it the cash I made a whack or the cocaine sacks? Is it the crew I roll with or the one that you lack? I wish you would come around and lay you flat on your back. You better hope you fucking miss me if you see me drinking whiskey. You know me and Diablo get way past tipsy. With a drunk, high or sober, yeah, we still getting over. Kitchen tax at 3 a.m. Head to toe, drink the Joker. Talk hands in the air, let me see you. Fuck you. Talk hands in the air, let me see you. Fuck you.
I never sing no never, I only shout. We're coming clean forever, without a doubt. Like a machine gun trigger, you better watch out. Yeah, transplants don't give a fuck, that's where we're at. So, here we come with the original style. I said, who the fuck are you? I've been here for a while. We got the Steelers, AFI, LFP, and Crystal Sound. Transplants are fearless and the most original.
Talk hands in the air, let me see you. Fuck you. Talk hands in the air, let me see you. Fuck you.
Nobody lives, nobody get hurt.
nothing nice. Check your date and time. Lyrically, committing hate crime. Loose from the corner of my mic. Now it's hang time. Blow minds with rhymes designed to break spines. Man spreads coming through, and we're one of a kind. With a crow to your dome, make you flip like a flapjack. 2 tall cans and a packet of blackjack. Tall cans in the air, let me see you. Fuck you. Tall cans in the air, let me see you. Fuck you. So long, so I had to write this song. No, I'm never gonna hold your hand. No, I'll never be your marshmallow man. Check it out, Ghostbusters 3, and you and me. We're never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. World peace and Ghostbusters 3. Never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. No, no way. Oh! I'm never gonna be your fool. No, no, no. You're never gonna be my soul. No, I'm never gonna get to lie with you. And you and me, it's never gonna happen. We're never gonna happen. World peace and Ghostbusters 3. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. No, no, no. I've been praying for the 3 of us. You and me and Harold Raven. Ghostbusters 3, and you and me. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. No, can't do. We're all peace and Ghostbusters 3. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna be a marshmallow man. I'm never gonna be a marshmallow man. It's true. This man has no dick. You can blame it on Bill Murray. Yeah.
Okay, that was one of my favorite bands ever, Nerf Herder, with a song called Ghostbusters 3. And we are back on Punk Rock Foodies Radio. My name is Brian. I'm the handsomest, not the most beautiful on the show, but the handsomest male on the show. I'm the second best looking person on the show, because it's pretty much just me and Skate Rat. The other two, you know, let's just say the other two could never be on TV. I think Skate Rat and I could be on TV.
I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy. Yeah.
So anyway, we are back, and I think this week what I was thinking was, because we were talking off the air what we were going to talk about this week, I figured this week we could just let Xander list all the places he's worked.
I don't have time for that show.
I'm just gonna. So this episode will be part 1. We'll just kick back.
There we go.
Kick back with our drink and
So
go,
part
Xander.
18.
Did you book a 4-part series? I didn't know that.
Well, when I was 10, I became a pilot, and then I made pizzas, and then I was building androids, and then I worked in this restaurant.
I don't know, why is that such like a hard thing to understand that like I've had a lot of jobs? Like I don't know, you know.
It's just funny. It's just because no matter what we say,
I've
like,
always
I
done
used to work there. I used to work
Yeah,
there.
that's why it's funny, yeah.
Like someone could bring up mention a book, and Xander would be like, "Oh yeah, I was a librarian."
I didn't realize how many places I'd worked until Xander started mentioning all the places he'd worked, and then I was like, shit. I've done a lot of stuff too. That's just random.
Well, see, it basically was just like, you got to get a job, and I was summer job only. You know, I would work in the summer, a little bit during the school year, but then I would quit in like the winter, and then I'd get a new job in the spring through the summer and fall, and quit in the winter and do it again. You know, so I never went back to the same place because fuck them.
Well, it's like for most of us, when someone asks you, "Hey, what's your number?" You know, we think one thing, but Xander thinks it's jobs. The rest of us know what that really means. It's like, oh, well, I've worked in 47 different places. What were you talking about?
I actually, a friend of mine used to call me the Jamaican in college because all the jobs.
Lazy lima bean.
If you don't have 7 jobs,
Forgot 8 jobs. Lazy lima bean bumbleclut. Yeah, see, Tristan's 6, and starting next year, I'm like, dude, you better get a job, man. You're gonna need to go put that kid to work. These Pokemons aren't gonna pay for themselves.
Amelia's taken after me. She started tutoring a kid in math, so she's only 13. So
Nice.
there you go. I'm assuming she's getting paid. That wouldn't be right. I don't think, to volunteer.
Yeah, that would be an important question, because I know people who did volunteer to do that. So you should find out.
Yeah.
my nieces will offer to pick up the dog poops if they're really hard up for something and their mom and dad told them like no, or like you gotta have to cash for it yourself. So they'll anytime they come over, they're like, oh, do you have dog poops? Oh, I'm like, oh my god, let me hand you like 10 bags. I sure do. Here's $5.
That's a shit job. Hey. Well, it's like the old Mitch Hedberg joke. Like, I used to put tar on roofs. I remember that day.
I have done that. That shit sucks. I've done that in Florida.
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
And I've done that for no money because it was my dad's building, and he was like, "I'm buying you lunch. You're my kid."
Jeez, that's like brutal work. That's brutal work in cold weather, let alone Florida.
Yeah, we tarred a roof, and then I also repaved the parking lot. That
wow.
shit
Oh,
sucked even more.
yeah, putting tar or a sealant or coat over your driveway. It's always done in the summertime. I never understood that. It's like
because of the weather.
You smell it through the whole neighborhood.
Yep.
I mowed the lawn today, and I didn't get paid. I just get to live here longer. Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have a
little deal.
But see, she probably lets you sleep with her too, so there's a big
that's
bonus there.
That's important. That's important. Every once in a while, I don't have to go into the guest room because I snore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, check it out. What did you guys do for Easter? I mean, we're not religious, but we still get together with the family and do the bunny rabbit shit. So, but we cooked a whole bunch of stuff.
I didn't do shit.
You guys do anything good?
I
didn't
stayed home and ordered a pizza all by myself.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds good. I might do that tonight.
It was as amazing as it sounds.
I made ribs.
Did you?
We all made ribs. I made ribs. I got a new grill and I made ribs. Brian, you had posted some ribs. It was like Easter weekend must be about the ribs.
The mother-in-law made some ribs. When I say we, I mean Sheena. Did a giant lamb shank, which I'd never seen done before.
That was badass looking, dude.
It was pretty cool because they take it all off the bone and they put it back on the bone and wrap it. I never realized. So once it's prepared, cutting it and slicing it and serving it is very easy. You know what I mean? Because you can just pull the bone out of there. It's great. I didn't realize that it was deboned. So
and then you boned it again.
Yeah, born again virgin. But no, it was there was a lot of good stuff. We did ham, we did that, we did ribs, we did chicken, basically 2 of every animal, and some cabbage.
Yeah, I didn't do any cooking. I didn't have the girls, so I didn't really do any Easter. I mean, we went to Rachel's grandma's, but when I did go up to my parents' house and I went to my dad's gun club, and I won a ham. In the ham shoot.
Oh, that's right. I saw you post that. I saw you post that. That's right.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, they used to do these turkey shoots, and they'd have actual live turkeys, like, behind a mound, and they would pop their heads up, and if you shot it with a rifle right in the head, you got to keep the turkey. But it was
that is
I've never seen that kind of a turkey
Well,
shoot.
it was a fundraiser for the club, and then Pennsylvania changed the laws, and they also had this lucky plate where they have 25 plates, X's on all the plates. You sign up for a number, you go shoot a shotgun at it, and whoever's the closest to the center of the X wins a frozen turkey. My dad used to run it, and he'd say there'd be people lined up an hour before they would start just to sign up because they wanted to try to shoot a live turkey, which was kind of tied up. So
that's cool, but it's also kind of fucked up. Man. You know what I mean?
It is
interesting.
It is kind of fucked up. I mean, I don't think they were really tied up, but they're like behind the mountain when they stick their head up, and you only get one shot. So if you miss and you're waiting, whatever. But they changed the law, and then about 3 years after the law was changed, they stopped doing the live turkeys. But they used to make like $8,000 in a day for the club. Wow. So my dad says, you're coming to the ham shoot with me. I'm like, well, so like we shoot a ham? Like, what the fuck? Like, because I know they used to shoot the turkeys. Like, what the fuck?
And then you cook it. You got to be careful not to choke on the bullet. Yeah. It's still in there.
But they just do the lucky plate thing, and for my first ever lucky plate, I fucking want a whole ham.
Nice.
I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with a whole ham? So it's in my freezer now.
Well, shit, you had a good weekend.
So yeah.
How was spring break, man? You were living it up.
Yeah, it was
a meme a day, and you were getting all the beers. It looked like.
Yeah, we had a couple of breweries. It was a good time. Saw Corey Brannon live. I've seen him a couple of times, and this show is easily the best ever. Small little club. He had 4 songs he wanted to play off his new album, and the rest was just, what do you want to hear? Couldn't have been 70 people in this place, and he had a conversation about every song. He played for 2 hours. It was fucking great.
Really?
And hung out after the show. I mean, it was really fucking amazing. And so,
nice. Well, I'd say you made the most of your spring break.
Probably for the first time in a long time, but it was definitely a good event.
What were some of the breweries you went to? You want to give any shout-outs, any good breweries?
Yeah, any standouts?
I will say the Caboose Brewery in Vienna had really a great atmosphere, really shitty beer.
Hey, gotta tell it like it is. There's a few places like that around here.
I went to that Waradaka down the road where I've been before. It's got some decent beer. It's got some nice IPA. Very very nice. Beautiful outside, so the weather was great. So it was real nice. But again, they close at 8:00. So we got there like at 7. So we only got an hour's worth of beer. But then like when I was up in Pittsburgh, Rachel and I went around and we hit a few bars. No breweries, but we hit a few bars and got some local brews. Did the Church Brew Works, an old Roman Catholic church got bought. Well, they went bankrupt, I guess, somehow. How does a church go bankrupt? I don't know. But,
especially the Catholic churches, they're like gold,
right? Sell that share and pay your rent.
Gold bars.
No,
freaking, they couldn't call the Pope like, yo, hey, give me a couple bucks.
I think the thing was that the parishioners just all started moving out of the neighborhood, and so they just didn't have the customers. So they ended up selling the church to a company that turned it into a restaurant and brewery. And
no, to me that's an upgrade. That's a pretty big upgrade.
I agree. But the cool thing is they kept like a ton of the church stuff is still all the same. I mean,
it looked amazing.
You go into the bathrooms and it still feels like you're in a church bathroom. I mean, it's like,
oh, dude. That would be awesome to have, like, if the pews were still in there.
They are.
And you got to sit at a pew. That's awesome.
The benches for, like, the booths and stuff.
I saw the benches.
Yeah.
What about confessionals? Like, do these?
The confessional's like the entrance to the kitchen. So.
Wow. That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Mexican restaurant like that. It used to be an old church, and now it's a Mexican restaurant. It's rad.
That'd be cool.
Got stained glass windows in there, all wood floors.
Nice.
It's pretty
stained glass makes it all worth it. That's why if I, ultimately down the road when I do win the lottery, I'm going to buy a bunch of old closed churches just for the stained glass. And I'm going to open up a terrible brewery in each one of them. But I'm going to give it a cool name.
I've seen a skate park in a church.
That's cool.
I've seen a skate park in a church. I want to say in California.
Wow.
It looks super neat. I've only seen it on the internet, of course, but yeah.
That's pretty
That
awesome.
sounds like a very California thing to do.
Yeah. I like turning churches into useful things.
Well, they've been
Me and Miriam went out to a brewery about a week and a half ago. Went to this brewery called Unsung, and dude, they got great beers and a really rad location. But they have this. They're just kind of starting off, but they really have like this cool look, and they're collecting like toys, like 80s and 70s, 80s, 90s toys, and like comic books. Dude, when we were there, this guy brought in a 25th anniversary cast iron Voltron. It was fucking badass, dude.
Nice.
The 5 lions, dude, like, and it had the commemorative box and everything. He was donating to the brewery. Oh man,
wow,
such a killer little like toy, you know, like totally took me back to my childhood.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Voltron being my favorite cartoon when I was a kid, and the Power Rangers can suck my left one because they completely bit Voltron.
They got nothing on Voltron.
Yeah, kids say, they're like, oh, Power Rangers this, Power Rangers that, and I say, fuck you, kids. All about Voltron. I go to the schoolyard and they go, fuck you, children. It's all about Voltron.
No Voltron, no peace.
So yeah, obviously it's been a pretty eventful week over here too.
Yeah, obviously.
Just been yelling at children.
Get off the lawn.
Did you have your spring break yet, Brian? Or?
Yeah, Tristan had his was early. It was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys do anything or?
no, Sheena and I were both sick. So, but it was all right. You know, it was the weather. It was so early that the weather was just terrible, so we didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, I hate that.
So, the weather now is just really turning. You know, like shorts, t-shirt, and no shoes. It's fantastic. I haven't done this in months. It was great. So, but 2 weeks ago it was 40 degrees.
The Friday before our spring break, I'm pretty sure I fractured a bone in my right foot. And dude, we went to Joshua Tree that Monday for camping for 2 days. Oh, that was brutal.
Man.
Setting up a tent with one leg was pretty crazy.
Obviously, you didn't do any hiking.
No, didn't get to do any hiking, unfortunately. But yeah, did a lot of cooking. I ended up being the chef and the prep cook for the whole time. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Good time.
So coincidentally, that reminds me because that was the weekend we almost came out there. So my family and I, we will be going to Southern California. We're going to be in Irvine for 3-4 days, and we're going to be hanging out with the Guerrero clan. So Punk Rock Foodies Midwest chapter is going to get together with Punk Rock Foodies West Coast chapter for a few days. We'll make some memories, take lots of pictures, cook some food, and have a lot of content for the show and for the page.
Nice.
And we're going to hit all the breweries.
All the breweries.
Speaking of chapters of Punk Rock Foodies, isn't the Australian chapter coming out as well soon, right?
Yeah, he gets here, I believe, in like a week or so. But he's doing.
Talking about Jason?
Yeah, Jason Anderson.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he's gonna come. I think to Frisco, then to Vegas, then to Anaheim, and then that's when I'll see him for 3 days.
Cool.
What's he doing? He's here to work?
No.
Just vacation, I guess.
Vacation, yeah.
Wow, he must be doing pretty well.
Yeah. Or else he's hit up every foodie he knows to get a place to stay.
Yeah, right.
That's not a bad idea. They can get a home cooked meal too. Shit.
Yeah, look, I've seen what he puts on Punk Rock Foodies. Like, if he cooks, he can crash on my couch for as long as he wants.
No shit, right?
Oh,
You
shit,
take a photograph of my meal. You can sleep here.
I'm gonna try to get him to come down DC, and then I'll hook him up with get him over to Chef Jeff's restaurant and have Jeff put him to work. Maybe they could do a little
Nice.
in-house like Chopped episode or something.
We could do a collaboration.
Yeah, I'm going to take him to Haven and introduce him to Chef Greg, and we're going to go have dinner there one night for sure.
Excellent.
Take him around Old Town Orange, and there's a couple little beer spots around here, so it should be fun. I'm curious to see how he reacts to the West Coast beers. You know,
Wait a minute. There's beer spots over there? I had no idea. I had no clue that there'd be beer spots there.
There are. There's beer spots and joints and pubs.
Excellent.
And all of those ilk like-minded businesses are here too. Yeah, speaking of which, I've already started researching chocolate porters for when you and the mad scientist arrive. So
Nice.
I will be prepared with a fridge full of enticing libations.
Chocolate porters because of Sheena.
Fuck off, Xander.
Yeah. Oh yeah, stouts and porters, man, in Belgium. Anything not hoppy, she's all in. But I'll take all the doubles and triples.
Yeah, no, we'll be getting those. And I found that cherry chocolate one again, so the one that she liked
Oh yeah,
last
she
time.
loved that one. She still talks about that one.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get a couple of those. So yeah, it'll be fun. Be fun showing you guys around.
All right, well, why don't we listen to some music and come back and continue the conversation that we're having about nothing. Things.
What we do best.
Yeah.
Next on Seinfeld.
Skate Rat, it's been a while.
I got a song.
Go for it.
I got a song. We're jamming in the car today, and I was hearing some No Effects, some older stuff. Well, not their older stuff, but like newer, older stuff. Yeah, so Creeping Out Sarah came on, and that was a good jam.
All right.
I like that song.
I always liked that one, yeah.
We're on what?
On Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
Yes.
Oh, we're on Punk Rock Foodies Radio, but now we're taking
Shut up and listen up to the music.
They don't call it dope for nothing, kids.
I was backstage at a festival in Germany, talking to a cute, fair-skinned brunette. I asked her if she wanted to have a beer and if she liked our set. I noticed that her hair was longer in the back. I figured that's 'cause she's Canadian. That's why I was surprised when she told me she was fully lesbian. That's when I realized it was Sarah, or maybe it was Tegan. I'm pretty sure that it was Sarah, 'cause Johnny Sampson said she was a cooler one. I told her I was a big fan of her band. She asked me if I had a favorite song. I admitted that I never actually heard them, but I like Katie Lang. I told her the Junos about the Junos, and how they got robbed 3 times in a row. And then I asked her if she knew of anyone who was selling pills or blow. That's when I creeped out Sarah, or maybe I just pissed her off when I asked her if her sister and her had ever had a threesome, where they both ganged up on one girl, a 4G or a 5-some. Do they think strap-ons are groovy? And had they ever seen the movie? Found it, did they like Jennifer Tilly? Did they like Jennifer Tilly? Sarah said she preferred Gina Gershon, Angelina Jolie, in the Gia movie that was on HBO. And if these walls could talk, made Tegan cry a lot. After that I forgot what she said. That's the problem with diazepam. So many things I don't remember, but I got a sinking feeling. It's not that I'm a clairvoyant, but I think I creeped out Sarah. I was creeping out on Sarah. I hope it wasn't Tegan, 'cause Kiva said she is a cooler one.
What up, Fletcher from Pennywise? You're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio. Eat some shit.
That was the Lillingtons with their latest track. It's actually a few years old now. Pyramids, it's called. It came out on the Red Scare 10-year anniversary compilation, but they are going to the studio. They are going to come out with an EP pretty soon, so we will get new music from the Lillingtons. So, in the meantime, that was Pyramids on Punk Rock Foodies Radio. And I am the handsome Brian Reinhardt. And I'm here with everybody else!
Yay!
What's up?
Yes.
Getting that money, the pyramid scheme money.
We're all
So
here.
we were talking about Xander's 47th job when he was an archaeologist. He worked with Indiana Jones, and they were looking for.
He actually got hired and fired during the music break. So that's how prolific his.
It was fun. Xander was actually the guide at the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark who got killed in the jungle. That was actually Xander. Yeah. He actually was killed by arrows.
Little darts in my back.
temple.
Yeah, that was me.
Yep.
I was 7 years old.
But he got better.
Yeah. Do you really want to know my jobs? Man. Do you really want to know them all? I don't think we have enough time.
What's your favorite job that you ever had aside from? I mean, the cliche would be whatever you're doing now, your teaching job.
Oh, I hate that fucking job. I mean,
what's the best job anyone's ever had? Each of us.
All right. Well, I've got so many to go through, so why don't one of you start? I think about it.
I'm going to say dock girl, like gas attendant at a boat dock.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like you're literally in your bathing suit all day, and we had a little store at the end of the pier. So, if I ran up and got their beer for them so they didn't have to fucking walk their lazy asses up there, they'd either tip me in an extra 6-pack or cash. I never actually had to put gas in anybody's fucking yacht because the hoses were so big. They were like, oh no, let me get that for you.
Their hoses are so big, huh?
Wow.
Well, yeah, seriously. They're not like car, but... Yep, the best job I ever had. Yeah, I had that job for like a year.
That's a good one.
In high school, best one.
Man, that's a sweet gig.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to
get to be outside.
I think I'd have to go with one of my bartending jobs. I can't pick between which ones because the one when I was working at the barbecue joint, I really enjoyed that. That was like my bar. Like I basically ran that place, even though I was just a bartender. But I made the owner let me make decisions that needed to be made, and it was really it was a pretty
didn't even have to pay you extra.
Yeah. It was a pretty good gig. But then there was when I bartended with Eli and I ran a bar for a summer before I moved to Florida, and we literally worked 2 nights a week. And one night, like I worked Thursdays, he worked Fridays, and then we worked together on Saturday. And that was it. And that's all we worked all summer. And
wow.
I mean, we made so much in tips that we never picked up our paychecks. Like the end of the month, the guy would hand us 4 paychecks because we hadn't picked them up because we didn't need them and we were getting paid.
Well, they're like $20.
Well, no, but he didn't. He didn't know how to fucking. Salary? Yeah, we got decent pay because he didn't realize that he could pay us less because he just opened this place, and so
wow.
We were
Sometimes
making.
It's nice working for a dumbass.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. And then so Sunday through Wednesday, we do whatever the fuck we wanted to. It was pretty nice.
Wow.
Pretty nice. That was a pretty good gig. But
nice.
Yeah, so one of them bartending, I would have to say, I guess.
What about you, Steve?
My favorite job?
Yeah.
Dude, I've only really had like 5 jobs.
The hell's wrong with you?
Wow, you're the anti-Xander.
Yeah.
Anti-Xander.
Yeah. I mean, I just...
You're like Bizarro Xander.
I worked in retail for 3 years at the same place. I worked at Best Foods in my dad's warehouse that was my first job. The second job was in college retail. Then I worked at Warner Bros. TV for 6 years and Fox Sports West for 6 years, and then freelance. I've been here for 6 years. So this is absolutely my favorite fucking job because I wear flip-flops and a black punk t-shirt every fucking day. So I get to do what I want. My commute's 20 feet, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm just lucky, but but within this job, all the little gigs I've had, dude, like working for the Dodgers last year was fun because we got to be in the stadium and do a bunch of promos for them, and that was pretty sick. Just being able to kind of have Dodgers and helpful Honda spot where we did a birthday for a 90-year-old great grandmother at the ravine was pretty dope. And she threw out the first pitch. You know, you don't really have moments like that. And you're just like, fuck, I'm working. This is so much fun, so easy. You know?
Yeah,
Nice.
bastard.
Yeah.
And Brian, we know yours was working for Hungry Howie's.
Oh yeah. That was easily. Apparently, I've told that story before.
That sounds like a male strip club.
It's a pizza chain that I guess is pretty big in Florida and a few other states, but it didn't really work up here. Probably because I gave free pizza to all my friends, but you know, my boss was the guy I got weed from, so it worked out perfectly. I just delivered pizza. I just drove around all day, listened to Sublime and Beastie Boys, and got high and got paid. It was sweet.
And ours would deliver weed or like, you know, beer. They'd stop at the beer store, but in college towns they'd bring you weed or whatever. You know.
Nice.
Depending on which ones you could call.
Yeah, this may or may not have coincided with the time in my life when I was a distributor of certain things, and being mobile in my
Would you like extra
1989
oregano on that pizza?
and
mushrooms
and other things. Yeah, and it would be, you know, my office was mobile. It was a 1989 Ford Taurus, and I was living life, dude, living it. I had power windows. I thought I was basically Jay-Z before Jay-Z. I was big pimping.
I'm curious, speaking of jobs, like, is there like a Comcast Best book out? Like,
just like the
Tales
crazy
of a
stories.
Tales of a Comcast installer. Like,
I was at I put it on Facebook a week or two ago, but I was at a house where next door they had a giant rooster, like a fighting cock in their yard.
That was a huge cock.
And I had to go into the neighbor's yard. I had to go along the side of the customer's house to go to where the wiring is. That side of the house was fenced in the neighbor's side. And inside the chain link fence was this giant, the thing probably stood 2 feet tall. And for a rooster, that's pretty freaking big. And it was, I mean, like the Napoleon Dynamite, do the chickens have large talons? This thing had large talons. I mean, like, it was an intimidating animal, and it kept crowing and just kind of looking at me and following me around. I moved some garbage cans in between me and it because I seriously feared. I was afraid of a bird.
You were going to feed him, but like the big ones, dude, no lie, they're
vicious. I mean, this thing could have. I mean, I would have. In the long run, I could have taken it, but I didn't want it to come to that.
By fighting cock.
Yeah, I just didn't want to explain when I got home why I'm covered in blood. Like, well, I got attacked by a chicken. So
huge.
But yeah, that thing was
Brian.
ridiculous. Oh man, crazy.
Brian Reinhardt.
Yeah, I got all the stories.
Brian Reinhardt's hand strangled giant cock.
I would have choked that chicken.
And Xander blows the head off a wild turkey. This is a great episode.
I've been in places where I've been in apartment buildings where I'll walk in. You know, I'm there to fix something, and people have live chickens walking around in their 2-bedroom apartment. Like people, I mean, we've all, you know, the Jen.
Is this,
I know you
is
might
this,
have
is this our
chickens,
Mexican
right?
moment of the day?
I've had chickens. I didn't even let them in my house.
I'm so confused. Are they using them for eggs, or are they like domesticated
I was in one, and
chickens?
they had 2 chickens walking around, just kind of existing in the apartment, and that's bizarre enough. But these chickens were not doing well. You know what I mean? These were not eating chickens, these things just look haggard and just sick. And I'm just like, really? You know
was
what I mean?
it a sick-looking cock?
It was a sick cock. It was a sick cock. It was.
You gotta be careful. Those in strange places.
It was a revolt. It was a revolting cock.
Oh, there you go.
It was. But yeah, I've seen all manner of animals living with people that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, you've never been a cock sparrer.
The girl that bought my chickens called me like 6 months or something later and was like, "Oh, they sit on the couch and watch TV with me."
Oh man.
Yeah, no, like I made jokes when she left. I was like, "Now that's a crazy chicken lady. I bet she keeps those fuckers in her house and they puts the little underwears on them." No fucking lie. That woman called me. I let her talk to me for 2 hours because I just wanted to hear what she would say next.
Wow.
Chickens.
They're delicious.
Yeah, I'd rather just have a dog.
Dogs are great.
Yeah, man.
And they're not chickens.
Chickens are delicious. I know that. We actually wanted to put some chickens in the backyard, but I don't know if this neighborhood's zoned properly, and the winters are so brutal that I don't know if we'd be able to really do
No,
what
you wouldn't
needs
be able
be
to.
done. Yeah, we we'd have to get some heavy hardware, like really do it right.
It's hard work in the winter.
Yeah, we don't want to put that kind of money in.
My dad had ducks, and they kept losing them. They'd lose them through the winter. They'd lose them, they would end up hatching some baby ducklings, and coyotes would get them, or hawks or some shit. So finally, my dad put an addition on his little shed for them for in the wintertime, and he'd have to escort them in there. They'd go in and feed them because, they built a shed outside for the winter, but it wasn't good enough because they would freeze to death, and so then they built the one. They're all gone now. They're all dead now. A possum got in the fenced-in area and killed them. So my dad was actually holding like a possum duck cage fight that the possum came out on top.
Yeah, you got to get you can do it. You got to get special heaters, and you got to be careful that if we get the brutal snows that we get, if you get a 2-foot snow, they'll just get buried. You got to be careful. So we don't want to put in that much work. That seems like a lot of work.
I'd get pet sloth. That'd be rad.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I mean, if it got out, you could catch it pretty easily.
Yeah, pretty easy, right? But he'd probably be chill, man. I could probably blow smoke in his face. He'd probably love it. Oh, we'd be best friends.
They're adorable yet terrifying.
Yeah, the videos of the baby sloths are cute, but the older ones look really, really weird.
The ones where they're crossing the street.
Yeah, they look so awkward, but you're like, oh, you're just such an ugly child. You just want
I'll bet you they're delicious. Someone has to find out.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure somebody has a recipe somewhere.
We need somebody to find out. Put out the word on Punk Rock Foodies. Somebody go eat a sloth and report back.
Slow cooker sloth?
I think that goes without saying. Yeah, but
I feel like if you ate a sloth for a week, you just walk slow for a week.
They're filled with weed. That's why they're so slow.
Guys, I think I got an emergency over here. My kid just came up to me and said, "Daddy, I'm not sick, but how come I just sharted?"
Oh boy! I think you need something to attend to.
Oh, they put changing tables at the Vicious Pig bathroom yet?
Go put them on the piano. Put them on the grand piano. It'll be fine.
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll be back.
Good luck, man. Daddy time.
You know what it was? He probably was drinking some bad whiskey or something, and
yeah, man.
Just it happens.
Probably got into the IPAs out there in California. They start them young.
Yeah, but yeah,
I can't believe that just happened.
Right? So it's not the first shart we've had on the show.
I would say a few more years and it'll be us.
And it's not
season 10.
It won't even be a shart. It'll just be I just don't want to get up.
Yeah. Start wearing Depends during the show.
Take after our pet sloth. Which Sloth from Goonies is no sloth. I mean, he's pretty buff guy and active.
Hey, you guys!
John Matusak, former Raider.
Was that the actor's name?
Yeah, he was played for the Raiders, and I want to say I'm thinking Lyle Alzado played for the Broncos also, but.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, John Matusak played for the Raiders when Steve gets done taking care of business.
Oh, I have a feeling Steve is done for a while.
Yeah, we might want to just call it a day.
Yeah.
And, play a song.
You could hear him back there going, "Ah!" Can you hear him?
I love that his kid is trying to figure it out. He knows I'm not sick, but
yeah. Oh, the joys of parenthood.
And then he asks why. Dr. Steve knows the answer to why he just started.
Oh, my goodness.
So, all right.
Now I've seen it all.
Yeah.
On Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
Let's go ahead and let's play a song. You got something, Brian?
I already played my two that I brought to the table.
I got one. I know
you got
what? We're talking jobs. Our next guy, our guest coming up, has had lots of jobs. It's Jughead from Screeching Weasel, amongst other projects. And so we'll play some Screeching Weasel. This is Hey Suburbia on Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
this is Master Origini of Sonic Iguana Studios and the band Squirt Gun, Screeching Weasel, Common Rider, and you're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
Baby, now why can't you love me the way that I love you? We can make it work if we try a little more. Baby, now look me in the eye and tell me that you want to stay with me, and we'll find a way to make things right. Oh, it hurts me to hear that you do not want me there. I'm hoping that you didn't mean what you just said. Baby, now I know it's so key, but if you look into your heart, you can't deny that it hurts too much to part.
And that was the Mopes with Baby Doll, and one of the original Mopes, I guess, is joining us right now. This is John Pearson, better known as Jughead, to all of you punks out there. How you doing, John, or Jughead?
I'm doing. You can call me anything, John, Juggy. Doing pretty good. It's a relaxing day today. I haven't done much.
So, yeah, I did say that you were one of the original members of the Mopes, but you really are probably best known as being one of the founders of Screeching Weasel, with Ben, of course. How did you and Ben originally become friends?
Well, friends is different than me. We met first in junior high school. We were both on the wrestling team there. It's a very degenerate wrestling team. We were horrible. But that's where he met, and then I didn't see him for years later because he had like troubles in different high schools. He went to a bunch of different high schools, so he was in my high school in Hershey for a while, but I never saw him. Then we really hooked up like closer friends when we were working at a movie theater in Mount Prospect. So that's where we actually decided to start a band.
And did either of you have any musical training prior to saying let's start a band, or?
He would fool around on a bass because when he was put away for a while, and because he was a bad kid, he started writing songs to pass the time. So he had a bass, and he would write songs just like basic notes on a bass. I had fooled around in a metal band when I was younger, but we never actually played out. Called Torturer. But our first real, both of our first real band was Screeching Weasel, like where we actually played and wrote songs, played in front of people.
And you, with Screeching Weasel for years, there was a lot of break up, get back together, break up, get back together, and so forth. But during that era, I know Vapid started the Mopes, and you were one of the original lineup guys. Was that just kind of like a, hey, we still love playing together, and so let's do something?
Yeah, well, I mean, the career of Weasel is really... Sometimes I have to look at the Wikipedia just to remember what time period things happened. Because the background of... This will lead into the Mopes thing, but the background of Weasel is that even when me and Ben weren't performing or recording, we were still running the business, Weasels Inc.
Right.
So it's hard to know when we weren't and when we were together, because him and I were together all the time. And that leads into Vapid, because Vapid was sort of the same way. Even when he wasn't in the band at the beginning, when he came in later for with Brian Berman, he had already been around and hanging out with us and writing songs and stuff. So, and that just never stopped with me and Vapid. So he would come over to the Panic Button Records office, which was also my living space, and he would just bring his guitar and we'd jam. And he had also been doing the same thing with Meatface when he was touring with the Queers. So he just liked writing a lot of goofy, fun songs. So we just decided to put the three of us together and get the best drummer we knew that could learn stuff quick, which was Lumley. And that's how that started. Not really as a band, just as a bunch of guys playing funny songs.
And then you ended up recording some, or did you record some of the albums, or did they have somebody else playing on the albums?
I tried to get it on Panic Button, but me and Ben did not agree on that. I think him and Vapid I don't know what they were going through. I think it was after Riverdale, so they might have been a little not doing too well friendship-wise. So I pushed it on Christopher Applegren, and he said, cool.
Were those his exact words?
Well, Christopher Applegren doesn't say a lot. He said something like cool. And then we went into the... I don't know if we had already had it recorded or not. We went in with Matt Giorgini, who's, recorded almost all pop punk stuff. So I really think we just had some money and just went in. It was really laid back, and it's hard to even picture how it all happened because we were taking it so not very seriously. That there wasn't really any worry about advertising. There wasn't worry about who was going to get what from the royalty. It was it was just all laid back.
Yeah. Do you think there was a possibility of it being laid back because Ben wasn't involved?
I don't like to acquaint everything to Ben because we have thoughts of our own.
Right.
I really think it had to do more with me and Vapid and Chris or Meatface. We're probably some of the most laid back people in punk rock. So I don't think it was a reaction to Ben as much as that's our personalities. And Lumley is the same way. Lumley is just so laid back.
Yeah.
He's only in a band if he's asked. Aspirations of his own, really, in a good way.
So, you end up doing the Mopes, and then you end up starting an acoustic punk band called Even in Blackouts. How did that come about?
I would say that's more in reaction to Weasel than the Mopes was, because with Even in Blackouts, it was my real first attempt at my own new band. Honestly, I only feel like two bands are what I initiated and started, which was Even in Blackouts and Weasel. The Mopes, to me, was never really quite a band. It was just a bunch of friends getting together and having a good time. I just wanted, once I kind of realized even before Screeching Weasel was done, I wanted to move into something else, and I basically just wanted to do it in the same way Weasel did, where we weren't doing what was popular at the time. We were just trying to do what wasn't popular and then became popular. So I just took all the elements of Weasel and tried to think of elements that still fit in the genre of rock and roll energy and make them different. Like Ben has more of a screechy, weaselly, hard voice, so I wanted a choir trained vocalist, female. We were electric, so I wanted it to be acoustic. And the original idea was that we could only play in front of small audiences because we wouldn't electrify. But then later on, when the band was actually doing pretty well, we decided to try to play bigger venues.
And so now you're doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, I know, and you've written some books, you've written some plays, you've produced some plays, you're acting in plays. I hear you also in Japan. You work at Universal as one of the characters in the Harry Potter Land or something like that.
Yeah, I run the Ollivander's wand shop. So I speak Japanese and I do a show that's that basically is a show. If you know the movie, it's the Harry Potter scene where he first meets Ollivander, who is John Hurt, and he fails at two wands, and then they give him the wand that makes his hair blow up and lightning strike. So we basically reenact that for an audience member 100 times a week. But it's in Japanese, so that was a challenge for me. I would, there's also one in Florida, but I would never be a theme park guy. It would be the added weirdness of it being in Japan that sort of attracted me to it.
Right. Yeah.
But also, just to clarify too, I was writing plays before the band, so I've been doing that the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, for a while there, I was play for album. I had 15 records and 15 plays, but then I started writing more plays than records. So.
Well, and you just got done touring with a show. It was called Once. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's the Broadway tour of the musical Once, which was based on the Irish movie out of Dublin called Once. Great music. A really popular, great play. Thousands of people would come every night and standing ovations. It was crazy.
I mean, you're just an all-around performer. Do you dance? You're a triple
I'm told.
Yeah.
I mean, really, honestly, one of my good friends who's actually doing really well in Broadway. He works with Neil Simon and a bunch of other really famous actors. But he had said he did what do you call that when you're trying to get somebody into a school? I forgot what that's called. A recommendation.
Yeah.
For me, and he said that I was the most purely creative person. I wouldn't say the best or anything, but every single thing I did had something to do with some sort of artistic pursuit.
Well, it absolutely does. I mean, you're writing plays, writing books, acting, performing live in front of Japanese kids, selling them wands. It's all. And
my company, the Neo Futurist too, which I've been in 20 years, which is almost more popular than Weasel. If you're talking internationally, it's all about writing physical work and poems and doing improvisation, directing. Yeah.
So this is actually a really great segue then, because one of the great creative outlets that we discuss on Punk Rock Foodies Radio is cooking. Do you partake in that art form as well?
It's funny because me and my girlfriend Paige, we cook basic things, but she always says I kind of have a flair for it, but I don't know spices. And I think that's the key to a lot of cooking, is knowing how to spice something. So I'm hesitant in actually calling myself a cook or a chef, but we like to fool around. She's doing the what's it called, the 30-day thing where you avoid a lot of things, but you got to get creative with vegetables and meats. So I like to play with it, but I would never call myself, I think, I'm a good chef. I love fish, and that's so easy. I didn't know fish was so easy. As a kid, I never knew that would be easy to cook. So,
yeah. Well,
I'll often just do fish with lemon, lots of lemon and some paprika.
Well, the one nice thing about cooking is that if you screw it up, there's always another meal coming around the corner. So
yeah. My thing was, and I think I learned this from my brother, because my brother used to just cut up potatoes, or sometimes he'd cutting up the corn tortillas, and then he would throw barbecue sauce in there and some vegetables. So I sort of learned over the years the mash cooking. Yeah. I sort of do a lot of mash cooking, where I just throw a bunch of things into a pan and see what happens.
Yeah, it was my brother calls that what is it when you're a single guy living alone? Bachelor. He calls it bachelor stew.
That's a good name for it. Basically, it's just whatever you have, you throw it into a pan. I've gotten pretty good at the art of that. But, I tried to make my own ravioli once, and one time it didn't go well at all. The second time it was better. That's hard, getting the pasta, the dough in the right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My first time it was. It wasn't a disaster, but it definitely wasn't great.
Yeah, and I learned to do gyoza when I was in Japan. So someone taught me. That's really, you have to be very careful and very particular about how you pitch the pasta, to figure out the pork and stuff. So that was fun. I would never say I was very good at it. It was still, they would all come out too big or too fluffy when I did it.
Yeah. Well, you're an American, and everything's bigger in America.
It's true.
So is there anything that you do make that's like one of your like go-to dishes that pretty much have down pat, other than just throwing a bunch of shit together?
Yeah, I'm really good with the chicken picante, with diced tomatoes. I really love that. And then cooking some sweet potato, baking sweet potatoes with that. That's my go-to is the chicken picante.
So, then since, obviously you've been to Japan and you've traveled a lot of places with all the things that you're doing, what's one of your favorite countries to go to that you look forward to the food in particular?
Well, Italy is pretty obvious. They're so specific about what they do cook, but what they do cook is so amazing. And I remember being in an airport with an Italian, and he said, the reason you Americans are so fat is because you eat too many different things. And then, the Italians just do what they like to do, and they do it right. You have your meat dish, and you have your pasta dish, and you have your antipasta. So they're just really great at it. They know how to use simple, like the Mangi's, Matteo from the Mangi's makes amazing just pasta just from the simplest things that he finds in my spice rack. That's why I think that's fascinating with spices, because you just need to do this right. The Italians do that. Yeah. They make really simple things taste savory and wonderful. And Japan I've really become to like Japan because they like the nabe, which is sort of cooking in water. It's really amazing. I've never liked cabbage so much when I had Japanese cabbage nabe.
Well,
that's a very seasonal thing. In their cold weather, they all sit around. Their thing is very communal too. A lot of their eating is everyone working together on it, or sitting there dipping things in. So I like that about the Japanese food.
I know there's a lot of like weird dishes, particularly in Asia. What's one of the weirdest things you've ever eaten?
Well, I don't. They do the what's it called? I always forget the name of it because I hate it so much. The natto, which is the fermented beans.
Yeah.
They all love it, but it smells up, and they'll even admit it smells up the whole room when you eat it. But it's basically like beans that have gone bad, and I can't do that.
That's disgusting.
Also, the other one is the raw eel. I like the cooked eel, but the raw eel is really sort of rubbery and has that sort of sandpaper pasty feel in your mouth, which another thing Japanese tend to like, that really rubbery, slimy taste. But I can't do that very good.
What's best pizza in Chicago? Best deep dish, I guess I should say.
Deep dish? I would say, I think Chicago pizza actually is underrated and does some of the best pizza in town. They're open till 5, so usually when it gets after midnight, you have to rely on some Domino's or something horrible. But Chicago pizza stays up till 5 a.m. and they have some of the best sauces I've ever tasted on a pizza. Yeah. And I think the other classic one is I can't remember the name right now. Not Milano's, but I don't remember the name. Maybe it'll come to me, but not right.
Not
I would say
Pequod's?
Chicago pizza.
Not Pequod's? That's what Vapid said.
No, Pequod's is Vapid's favorite. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Malnati's?
Yeah, Lou Malnati, right?
Yeah. Illuminati. Yeah. That place is really great. I have a lot of friends that have left Chicago, and then when they come back, that's all they want. So I would say those two. There's one way back. There was really only like everyone knew Uno's and Due's, but now they're everywhere around the country. But
yeah,
I used to take people there when it was new. But they have that sort of corn crust, and I'm not really a huge fan of that.
Right.
Cornbread crust.
Yeah, I like it's more of a pastry crust on some of those deep dishes. It's something about it makes it really, I don't know, it's like a puff pastry almost, but not quite. It's still kind of like pizza dough. Yeah. I like the straightforward, normal
pizza. There's a place that used to be called what's the name of the place in Italy that got buried under lava?
It was Mount Vesuvio that.
In the city.
Shit, my parents were just there too.
Xander, I've done too much traveling lately. My brain is shot. I can't remember things lately. It's something like Pompeii.
There it is.
Yeah, there used to be a restaurant here called Pompeii that had, and I would bring Italians there and everything, and it's I wouldn't call it fast food, but they had it there. It's like almost a New York style where it's in front of you. But it was the most amazing pizza that you can get. They went out of business a while ago. So that was it, yeah. Illuminati, Pompeii, and then Chicago pizza for the late night eater.
So I've got, there's something we do with our guests on the show. We ask 6 food-related trivia questions and see how many you can get right. Are you willing to participate?
I'll participate. I hate trivia, but I'll give it a go.
Well, our leader right now is Joe McMahon of Smoker Fire. He got 3 out of 6. So it's doable. All right, I'm going to read each question. You give me an answer, and then afterwards we'll go over all 6 answers and see how you did.
All right.
Here we go. Oh, look at this first question. It's from Chicago. So, what did Chicago baker James Dewar invent in 1930, taking the name from an ad for Twinkle Toes shoes?
1930.
Chicago baker. Name came from the ad Twinkle Toes shoes.
I'm going to do really bad at this, Andrew, because I don't know trivia. Because all I can think about Chicago, I think about hot dogs. That's not a bakery good. What's good are we with bakeries? What kind of bakery things do we have? I don't know. I really don't know.
All right, pass that one. Okay, what academic journal about food and culture was launched in 2001 by the University of California Press?
Do we have to do this?
I got. You know what? The next couple are multiple choice.
Oh, that's going to help. I mean, I could see Babbitt actually being good. He went to culinary school, but I don't even know. I don't think I've even read it. I would have Pillsbury cookbook. That's the only book that I know.
All right, which wines, white or red, tend to give a better acidic balance with soft cheeses such as brie and camembert?
I would usually have red with cheese. I prefer the white wines, but I would say red.
Okay. Which temperature setting does the U.S. Department of Agriculture recommend for freezers? 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 degrees Fahrenheit?
I would say 15.
All right. This one's not multiple choice, but what liquid resurrected from medieval times now showing up on restaurant menus as a sour flavor enhancer made from unripe fruit? You're saying mead. Mead? Okay.
Yeah.
And which
That's the only one I know.
Which is the average life expectancy of a refrigerator? 14 years, 17 years, or 20 years?
Wow, I've had mine in this house for 17. I would say 17 years.
All right.
Is that what you said? Was that one of the options?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we'll go over the answers. The
mine is just starting to go. I've been in this house 17 years, and mine is just the ice maker just failed.
All right,
so go ahead.
The bakers baked Twinkies, Hostess Twinkies.
What? Twinkies are from Chicago?
I get the guy's from Chicago. So.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I mean, for that Family Guy episode where they drop the nuclear bomb, he goes to Natick, so that's not Chicago. That's up like Maine or something. So, all right.
Yeah, I remember that the Twinkies can last like basically forever on a shelf.
Right.
They don't go bad.
All right. All right. So the academic journal is called Gastronomica, the Journal of Food and Culture. Who the hell would have known that?
Oh my God.
All right. The wine is actually white wine, not red.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna, because I love white, and it resonated with me that it would be white, but cheese, I just was thinking red.
I think it's because it's the soft cheeses, as opposed to...
Yeah, the soft cheeses are more white wine.
Yeah. The temperature of your freezer is actually 0 degrees.
Well, I'm going to get a 0 on all of this.
The liquid is not mead. That's what I figured it was. It's actually verjus or verjuice.
Verjus. Yeah. That's kind of like a trick question, probably, because most people are going to say mead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. And then the average life expectancy of a refrigerator is 17 years. So you,
yes, I got one.
Yes.
And that one I actually put some logic into that
there
one.
You go.
I wasn't just guessing.
Exactly. You got it. You got one. That's good. That's good. We've had a 0 before, so.
Oh, I feel good that I got one.
Yeah. I don't mean to make you feel bad for missing the others, though. I just,
No, my instinct was, I should have listened to my original instinct on the wine one. I thought it was white. And I even said I liked wine.
Right.
I won.
Yeah, so recently you celebrated your 50th birthday and had a huge get-together. You had a house party, and then you played at Reggie's with a bunch of bands and friends of yours. How was that? What was that like for you?
It was way more impactful on not just my life, but a lot of other people's lives. Way more than I thought it would be. I knew it would be a cool thing because I went into it it wasn't about money, it wasn't about anything besides just celebrating with friends. So that's the way I worked it. I worked on it for about a year, getting it all together.
Right.
And that's what I wanted it to be about, and at the end of the day, it was about that. But what I wasn't expecting is that I'm pretty much in contact with all these people that were there, in some way, whether it's a fan or someone's a band. But I didn't expect that some of these people hadn't seen each other like 15, 20 years, and 10 years, and how emotional it would be for everyone and even for the audiences to witness that.
Yeah.
It was pretty impactful. I mean, it was, anyone who went to that, one of those 3 shows seems to have that feeling. That it wasn't just the music, it was just the idea of being there. So I'm happy that I could make that happen on my birthday, but to me, that the power of that goes to everyone involved.
Is this something that you feel you might do again, or was this kind of a one-time thing since it was a big birthday? Or
people were trying to talk me into it, but my hesitation is that it was something, a one-off that was special unto itself. And anytime you try to make a festival out of something, it becomes something else. I'm just not. I don't want to put that much time into something that isn't going to be as special.
Right.
So if I get an idea, I might go off on it, but I don't think I'll ever do anything that big for a while. I'm always doing something in my basement, so that's always that's always going on. Like I have one coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm always doing something here when I'm in town.
Well, and one of those things that you do in your basement, you've been recording some videos for YouTube discussing like the makings of some of the Screeching Weasel albums.
Yeah.
Do you have any more planned to come out, or?
My idea was to go through all the records, but I've sort of stalled out at the Weasel ones, kind of because I've just now gotten to the more, I think, unfun part of it,
yeah.
Which was the beginning of like Television City Dream and the stuff after there. I just don't have as much to say. I wasn't as involved with the songwriting. Rehearsals basically became get a demo tape, learn your part, go into the studio, and get out. So I might just wrap up all the rest of the Weasel ones in one episode, just so I can move on to the more interesting Mopes and even a Blackouts one. So, but they've been really great to do, and it's great reaching out to friends to ask them to write something for it. So it's brought back a lot of memories and things that I've forgotten.
Yeah, I mean, they're great to watch. I haven't seen them all because I can't seem to find any alone time to be able to see them all. But,
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have enough to say about the later records to justify a full episode on each one. But we'll see. I'm going to probably do one. Now that I'm home and not on the road, I'll probably do something in the next couple coming weeks.
And I know you're heading back to Japan soon. Is that what you've got, like, I mean, I guess it's in the future, but it's kind of in the near future. That's kind of what you've got going on now, is heading back there to
Yeah, there's a lot of. I'm going to I haven't announced it on the Facebook, but I'm going to go to the festival that the Magis do right outside of Milan. So I'll be DJing with them, and I'm going to play with the Apers. So that's in, I think, June 13th to the 16th, or July 13th. Before that, I'm working with my Neo Futures Theater company here. They're rebuilding a new show, so I'll be in that too. And Japan is in September. I'll be a wizard again.
So you'll be growing the beard full back?
Yeah, not the hair. I'm going to keep the hair short this time, but the beard will be present.
Excellent. Well, Jughead, thank you so much for joining us. It was fun. It was great hearing your stories.
Thank you.
So we will leave with some Even and Blackouts. This is Umbrella on Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
1, 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been using your umbrella to keep the waters from my eyes. I hang it in my room from a tap on the ceiling above my head. You told me to throw it away. It was tattered and old. I keep it 'cause it kept us close in the rain when the sky was falling down. I'll never say that I need you. I'll never say I hate to be alone. When I wanna have you with me, even when you're gone, even when you're gone. Stay, why can't you stay? Lately I've been smiling without showing my teeth. I've seen this habit in others who feel they have something to hide. An ego protected by humility, a false sense of pride. I think these things while I'm all alone under your umbrella that you left behind. I'll never say that I need you. I'll never say that I need you. I'll never say that I hate to be alone. I wanna have you with me, even when you're gone, even when you're gone.
All right, I'd like to thank Steve Bryan and Skate Rat. I'd like to thank John Jughead Pearson for calling in and talking to us. Check out any of his projects that he's working on. If you're ever in Japan, you get to Universal, go to the One Shop there and check out his little routine that he does in Japanese, if you understand Japanese. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, King's Hawaiian, always treating us well here at Punk Rock Foodies Radio. Go get some of their barbecue sauces and their buns and breads and have a good summer with that stuff. Check out Burning Rose Studios for all your video and graphic needs. Also check out Betty Gear on Facebook and come on over to Punk Rock Foodies. Make food, post pic, it's that simple. 5,100 members and growing. Lots of great food, lots of great contests. You win free merchandise and other shit sometimes. So, all right, donate to it, everyone.
We gotta get you and Babbitt at the same time.
Oh, that'd be fun.
He can play the trivia game, and we can see how it works.
I'll just root him on.
You'll be his phone a friend?
Yeah, I'll be phone a friend who doesn't know anything. It's like, you know more than I do, man, but I don't know.